to go over some of the stuff that you guys were working on in training camp and kind of rehash some of that stuff?
I mean, it's always a good thing. It works both ways. You kind of want to stay in a rhythm of playing, but sometimes you want to kind of have the time and the opportunity to clean up on things, work on things, and kind of, rest and, tend to the things that need to be, tended to.
What has been harped on by Mike or the coaching staff the past 2 days, just things to work on?
Just clearing up a lot of things, a lot of mistakes that we've been making defensively, offensively. Key points to, our wins and key points to our losses that, we can clean up on, going into these, stretch of games, especially with us being home, understanding, how we can kind of take it game by game, but, dig ourselves out of this hole that we kind of in.
And I know you weren't with the team last year, but they went 0-6 against this Pelicans team last year. Is that something that's talked about at all?
Nah, not necessarily. I think where we at now, the position that we have put ourselves in, we just trying to take it one game at a time. It's an opportunity to go out there to get another win and see what happens. It haven't really been talked about, the 0-6 record from last year.
So with Malik in the starting lineup, I'm curious how it impacts you and maybe makes your life a little easier out there at times. What stood out to you with him out there?
I mean, he gained so much attention, having the ball, being able to score, being able to play make, be able to get out in transition, just the dynamic that he brings offensively is, just a high level. You feel it when he's out there on the court with us.
What have you thought of the pace since he's been there?
It's been perfect. Like I said, that's another guy that can get the ball out, that's comfortable and understands the offense, understand, the spark that he brings, his capability, be able to score, shoot the ball, play make, handle the ball. So, when he get it, sometimes you just know, Malik gonna do something crazy that's gonna be beneficial for us. So.
Did you happen to see Mike after last game, the possession after possession?
Yeah, I think I seen it the next day. I thought it was fake for a minute. I thought somebody kept rewinding it or something. And I think my oldest daughter said something about it too, and I was like, oh, it must have really been real. But yeah, it was funny when I seen it.
What's your perspective on just the messaging there, and how much do you guys hear that as well?
I mean, we hear it every day, all day. So it's not necessarily nothing new to us. We hear it every day. I mean, the point, the attention and details, never stop doing the right thing over and 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 over. And you kind of, beat that into your brain when it comes to what needs to be done on the court.
How much do you feel like you guys have done that well over these last 4?
I mean, we got a lot better. Now it's about being consistent day in and day out, game in and game out, and understand as long as our effort is there consistently, after every possession, we're going to put ourselves in a great position.
I know offensively, that's been the hot topic within the fan base of hey, they're not hitting threes, but I feel defensively you guys can do a lot better. What has been the teaching point there? What have you guys been harping on defensively to get better?
Attention and detail, whether if it's a stick hand on shooters when we playing teams, making it difficult, not contesting late because shooters are in this lead are too good. You can't get a hand up too late. When they letting the ball go. So from a defensive standpoint, just the effort and attention and details of who we playing, the physicality, making things more difficult on teams, and that all comes with effort. So. Malik want me to get out of here, so I'm sure he got the rest of the answer from him. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go.
Did you happen to see Mike after the last game? The possession after possession?
Yeah, that's Mike Brown for you.
Yeah, you guys hear the same thing?
All the time, every day.
So what do you take from that message?
Be consistent. If we be consistent, he'll stop saying it probably, so we just got to do it.
How much do you guys feel like you've been doing that possession after possession these last 4?
Pretty close. We getting there. I feel like we got to beat a few more good teams. Then we'll realize how good we can be. Until then, I feel like we'll just be level, going up and down. Until we start beating them good teams in a row, I feel like that's when we'll be our best.
You have this.
Since you've been put in the starting lineup, the offensive numbers are like through the roof. I know it's small sample size, 5 games, but what do you think the biggest change has been with you in that starting lineup?
It's another person they got to pay attention to. They can't just lock in on DeMar, can't just lock in on Fox, can't just lock in on Domas. So yeah, it's another playmaker out there with that can set up those guys up to get open shots and just get them going even more. So yes, it's kind of hard to guard.
Yeah, how much are you enjoying being in the starting lineup?
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. I always wanted to be a starter since coming from the Lakers. Ending the year with I think with like 37 straight starts. So I thought that was going to happen when I came here, but I'm here now. So yeah, can't look back.
Malik, you guys are 0-6 against the Pelicans last year. I know that was something that was a bugaboo. Is this something like a revenge game tomorrow?
Hell yeah, every time we play them. Yeah. Hell yeah, every time, every single time.
What was about that team last year that just gave you fits, and how do you feel like you've corrected that this year?
Their defensive schemes feel like we just played into their role, into what we wanted them to, wanted us to do. Take long twos over Valanciunas, play one-on-ones instead of kicking the ball like we normally do. So we just fell into their game plan, but it won't happen again.
When certain things aren't being corrected possession after possession, is anyone else being a police out there?
Besides Mike?
Yeah.
DC said something. We really don't be paying attention to it like that because we out there playing. We'll see it after the game when we watch film and stuff like that. But DC stressed it a lot. LB stressed it a lot. Most of the coaches stress it besides Mike to let us know that we got to string some stops and string a lot of quarters together.
We hear so much about passing being contagious. Do you subscribe to that? It's like a real thing where like the ball gets moving and you just feel like that energy?
Yeah, it's just good basketball. It don't matter who's gonna get the shot. Somebody gonna get it. Somebody gonna be open. And when the ball moving, I feel like the person gonna knock the shot down because they're open. So yeah, it's kind of contagious.
You guys have been rolling offensively, but Mike still seems to be preaching getting better on defense. What are the details that you guys are doing well when this team's playing at its best defensively?
Not fouling, not giving up open threes, not turning the ball over to lead to easy baskets. Yeah, that's about it. It's a little more, but yeah, we gotta stop fouling. We foul a lot.
Mike, heading off to New Orleans, just how excited you guys just to kind of get back out on the court after working on a couple things the past 2 days?
No, you know, that's what we all sign up for, is to compete, and we love to play games. Love to play games more than practice. So it's a good opportunity to go out there and continue to try to take steps in the right direction. I'm not looking forward to the long flight, but it is what it is.
Of the things, I guess, that you guys really kind of have cleaned up over the past 5-6 games or so, what's the one that just stands out to you as being most encouraging?
You know, starting with me again, I continue to have a comfort level with what I'm going to do rotation-wise, who I'm going to play. I still have some question marks, and maybe I'll have question marks all year. But that and, you know, a pretty good feel of who can do what defensively and a pretty good feel of who can do what offensively. And then I think, you know, for the group, defensively, our three-point defense is something that kind of stands out. And then our continued ability to try to make the game easier for your teammates by touching the paint and spraying it. I don't know what the number is, but I know Jay said we had a season high in sprays this last game, and it's been pretty good throughout this last 4 or 5 game stretch. Even though sometimes we don't make them, but we try to play the right way in terms of getting our teammates good looks.
Yeah, obviously, you know, there's been a lot of focus with Malik going in the starting lineup, and I'm just wondering, when you have someone like that happen, what is the biggest challenge of moving him into the rotation that kind of opens up with the bench?
Yeah, you know, there's a span. You always like to have, you know, 2 guys that can go get it off the dribble on the floor at all time, or 2 guys that have done it, you know, throughout their career. We got a lot of guys that could possibly do it, but you know, the confidence level is not quite there yet with them. Like, I think Colby could do it. Devin may be able to do it. You know, I don't know, but having excuse me, guys, sorry about that, multiple ball handlers on the floor at all the time they can make the game easier for their teammates, even if the defense knows what's coming, is what you strive for as a coach. And, starting Malik, like I said, it puts a little bit more pressure on our bench, and it puts a little bit more pressure on us at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second quarter, because, that's when Domas, Malik, and DeMar are all off the floor. And so Fox is going to have to be the all-star that he is and make the game easier for his teammates while carrying us, and then we have to defend.
Yeah. With Pelicans, obviously, they've been kind of depleted by injuries. Is that a tough opponent to I mean, they were tough for you guys last year, but do you get to see a true sense of what they are, given that, they have had so many injuries?
I don't know. They're the next guys in front of us, and no matter who's available to play, we need to go play the right way. And at the end of the game, if we can look ourselves in the mirror, whether we win or lose, hopefully we win, but say we left it out on the floor the right way, then we got to live with the consequences, whatever they may be, and get ready for the next one. So, again, I don't know too much about their problems, if they're having any, but we just got to lock in on us.
Obviously, still no Trey right now, but just how are you feeling about that backup center spot and some of the optionality that you have there?
We're going to keep doing it by committee. It could be Alex, it could be Isaac, it could be Orlando. I think we tried all three of them against San Antonio, so until somebody steps up and consistently really grabs it at a high level, they all just got to be ready to play. And I think we tried Jay there against Minnesota, so it could be anybody.
How much do you pay attention to 5 games? I mean, I know you probably pay attention to it, but with a 5-game sample size where numbers are trending up, do you relay that to the team at all? Is it you highlight encouraging numbers like that?
Yeah, we try to break the season down into a 5-game mini series, and you'd like to go at minimum 3-2 or each 5-game series. Hopefully you can go 4-1 or 5-0 every once in a while, but we try to give them 3 things offensively, 3 things defensively of why we kind of finished where we did, with with also having where we are in those same areas on the season. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so we do that every 5 games, and it's something that we've done since we've been here.